So then, hopefully you can hear me, and with the microphone being a little bit further away. Um, is that better? Yeah, I suppose, but then my headset will be hitting it all over the place. Okay, we'll keep it there. And as you can see, today, don't worry, it's a bit juddery at the minute. It's just because it's on my head at the moment, whiling around. But basically, we're going to look at the Milviz, the new Milviz PC6 Porter, and we're going to take a flight in it. And we're going to fly. I loaded up with real world weather, but the weather was absolutely shocking, and I wanted to see the scenery in this area. So we've gone to the Bahamas, and I want to see what the scenery is like. So I'm just going to jump straight in now. I've not flown turboprops, and this is probably the second time I've loaded this plane up. I've not really flown it or anything, so it's all going to be new. It's all going to be fun. So yeah, so I'm going in. I'm going in. Going in, y'all. Oh, there it goes. Right. There we go. Right, so headphones on. So I want to be able to hear what I'm doing, you know? I want to be able to hear it. So that's really comfy now. And this is it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab my controller from over there. And yeah, this is what it looks like. Excuse the a little bit of interference. So I've got the big tanks on the outside. Not sure what they do, but they do something. And it's turboprop, so we've got this really cool looking engine at the minute. I've only got the one door open at the moment, so yeah. So it looks fantastic. Let's jump back in then. So this is it. I'm just gonna move this out of the way. Right. So down here I've got my chat window, so we can have a chat if we want to have a chat. I will have to keep doing that though, just to have a little chat. But let's see if we can start this without any like looking at manuals and stuff. Now, for some reason it's got like some. Is that because my mouse was off the screen? Why is it popping up with the little eye symbol? I don't know. So what we're going to do, see that? Anyway, we're going to shut the door and we're going to make sure it's locked. There we go. And what we have, so if I just turn around here, let me just go onto the checklist, right? Because I've got a funny feeling it's because I've got a checklist item. Whoops, not fuel. Not fuel. Checklist. This checklist not open. Let's have a look at that. Right, so I'm sure that there was if I click that, that obviously then would. What am I doing? Oh, well. Let's do that. Right. So how do you tick item? Right. So I'm not going to go through the checklist. I'm just gonna wing it. But I was just wondering why I was getting the eyeball symbol thing. Right. So if I look behind me, can you see that there's no cargo or anything? And you know that looks empty. Looks pretty empty. Don't know if you heard that, but it's empty. So what you can do is you come over here, you press this tablet, and it floats up in front of your face. Now, on the screen normally, I think you'd be able to see this really like easily, click it really easily. But in VR, it's almost like the mouse pointer is behind the tablet itself. So it makes it a bit difficult. So you can't see me do this, but actually close one eye and it helps. So what I want to show you first is this tab here. And what you can do, you can basically grab that and you can increase it, right? So as you can see, you can just see one box. And look, we've got one box. We've got one box. So then you can increase it a bit more. So let's get the bigger boxes. Let's get a nice big fat load on the go. Let's go full all out. Yeah. Oh, 1 minute. Should be. Oh, 1 minute. A little bit too full. That should do it. Right. So we've got all our gear. Look. We've got all our gear. So we're gonna leave it like that. That looks pretty cool. Now you can do passengers, but they don't actually add the passengers to the model. So I prefer the cargo. The other thing is you've got like exhaust covers, intake covers. So we've got to remove all these. You know, we've got propeller tie down. We've got pitot cover. So you can actually see that one. So just outside the window there, you've got remove the red tag. We just go and remove that tag. There we go. It's off. It's off. Right. So we're going to keep the external tanks on, and we don't. You can have a co-pilot. Hello, Mr. Co-pilot, but we're just gonna. I'll go lonely. I'll go lonely. And then once all that's done, you can now pop your tablet away. Right. So one thing to add here is Milviz are actually working. This is version 1, and they're actually going to be releasing a version 2, and the next release is going to add steam gauges. So I'm not a fan of glass cockpits. Don't like them. I prefer the steams, and they're going to be doing the steams. And I think, you know, hopefully they'll add some other improvements as well. So at the minute we've got the propeller in the prop position, feather position even. I think we can put that to just normal. That's going to be cut off. The mixture's going to be cut off and the throttle's wiggling about. It's a stick. It's a joystick one, so I'm using my Thrustmaster Warthog stick. Now I know that you've got to click the fuel valve, so we'll click the fuel valve on. And what we'll do is just down here, we've got battery, generator, generator reset, auxiliary pumps, and we've got some ignition and starter switches. We've also got like your normal lights down here as well, which is useful. So what we're going to do is we're going to go battery on, and then maybe these systems. So now I have put a flight plan in, but we're probably not going to do that flight plan. But I thought it'd be good just to stick it in. We've also got autopilot. We've got some other radios as well, which is pretty cool. This here is the parking brake. So I've got the tooltips on today just because it helped me read the dials a bit better. Right. So I think what we need to do is sure the parking brake is set, which it is. Starter. I'm guessing we just start, and then we're gonna watch for build up, which is building up there, and then we have starter switch, and then I think we do that into low idle. Okay, and now we're whizzing up. Hi, Jib. Yeah, I'm disappointed no analog. I don't like glass cockpits at all, but it is what it is. Well, I'm just feeling for where my things on now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go put prop on the highest. Okay, and then we want generators. That would help. Lights now. I don't really know what that is. I don't know what the difference is between that and that. I need to read that. We've got some cabin lights. Let's put the cabin light up there. Just wonder, panel lights. Yeah, it's not dark enough to be panel, but we can try that in a bit. We've got a caution light, but we've got fuel pump on. Okay, so that's okay to be on. And the landing light's on, which is good. We'll just reset the altimeter and the compass. So I think we're good to go. I honestly think we're good to go if we just undo the brake, if we can get the mouse over there. There we go. Right. Let's hold the brakes. I've got some brakes and some rudder. Right. The mixture is full now. And you just instantly start rolling. Right. Now I'm not familiar with this this airfield, so what we're going to do is, if we look on the old map over here, kind of facing them buildings, we need to kind of go maybe right. Yeah, we'll go right, and then we'll see where that takes us. So what I find is, on the ground, this thing is just absolutely crazy. Like, when you turn, it proper leans, you know. I keep hitting my head off the microphone. Let's just slow this down a touch, because I can't see the runway, but it's over that to the right. So what we'll do, we'll head out this side. Now what I've wanting to look at on this is the water and the islands, because we're at the Bahamas, and obviously you've got like, oh, we've got a taxiway. That's good. Taxiway. And I've never flown in the Bahamas, so it's going to be. I'm fingers crossed. I'm hoping it's going to look amazing, but we'll see. We'll see. Hi Phil. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you are well. We're just taking out the porter. And we're doing something new, because we've got glass gauges, which I don't like, because I don't know how to use them. But they're on, so, and they're telling me the speed and they're telling me the altitude, so we're winning at the minute. Right, this is where we've got to kind of slow down a bit, because when we turn, oh, I've just remembered something that I've got to remember to do as well when I'm on the runway. Right, so let's just stop here for a second, and let's turn on. Now we've got to have strobes somewhere. Strobes are somewhere, but I can't remember where they are. And we forgot to put the bus 2 on. Can't remember where you put strobes. That's the strobe lighting. Right, there's an easy way. There's an easy way of doing this, because I'm sure there is strobes. So let's just have a look at We're not engine starting, after engine, before taxi, landing lights, nav lights, yeah. So before takeoff we've got to do the tail steering lock, but we'll do that when we get on there. I honestly don't know whether... I don't think that it's got a I don't think it's got a what you call it, a strobe light. I have to Google it. Hi Ian. Yeah, I've heard that too, Phil. So it's going to be interesting to take off because I've not done it yet. Right, so first things first, we need a bit of flappage. And the interesting thing is the flap switch down here. Okay, so the flap switch does move. However, when I use the shortcut on my stick, it doesn't actually do it. And the flaps are up here. So I can't see. Times 10, I don't know, but we'll just go for a little bit of flap like that. We've got to remember to lock the let's just got some flaps, that will do us. Right, let's go on to the old oh, listen to that, beautiful. Check nothing's coming on the way in, which I don't think it is. Yeah. It's going to be an interesting one. Right, so we need to basically stop there. Very little bump. And we're going to lock the tail wheel, which is down here. And that's tail wheel locked now. So, time to rock and roll. No, 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 no. Oh no. There we go, that's better. That's better. A little bit better. I did fall right rudder, which I didn't really want. What's going on here? Let's just get up in the air quick. That was scary. That's not very stable on the ground. It's probably just my flying, but right, flaps are up now, which is good. Let's just trim out a little bit. We're just going to go nice and high and see what it looks like. Looking good so far. Gone past 500 feet. I don't know what they are over there. Don't know what they are. Oh, there we go. Now what I've also been doing as well is I've installed X-Plane 11 back in, and that in VR is just absolutely amazing. But what I've done is I've installed it only because I've got a cousin who's got a son, and he's really into the the real planes. You know, he likes the real planes. He's a bit younger. He's a lot younger than what I am, obviously, but he's more into the airliners than the GA stuff. So I thought, what best to do is, I know how to fly a 737, so if I stick the Zebo mod on there, at least then I can talk him through it. I mean, I see things like that pattern there. I mean, can you see that over there? I ain't got a clue what that is. I ain't got a clue what they are, but it fascinates me. Like, I think to myself, what is that? You know, what are they? Right, we're going to start heading now to the right. Are the sounds okay, guys? Can you hear me okay? The reason being, I've got my microphone a little bit further away today, just so I don't. Because on my last stream, I kept hitting it. Kept hitting it with my headset as I was looking around. As long as you can hear me, then we're winning. Right. So the interesting thing for me is. Interesting thing for me is, because it's a turboprop, it's basically how, so we've just put flaps up and it's not a very fast aeroplane, you know, it's like 110 knots in the green. It is very fascinating. Right, so at 2,500 I think we'll kick around at this kind of altitude. We could even put the autopilot on, but I'm not gonna, because I like flying and it's more fun, isn't it? What a view. It's so cool. That's where we've just taken off from. Yeah, so we've got full load at the back here, you can see, pretty much a full load. It's really quite cool to see that, and you can dynamically change that, which is cool. I like that. I like that kind of, those little features. Let's say I'm looking forward to the next release more because the steam gauges. I'm not a fan of the glass, but it's okay. Right, let's start heading. We're going to go to potentially a different island. Actually, I thought I could. I might go down that way, and see what's down that way first, before we start heading over the water. Some little houses down there. Yeah, so I thought it was good just to do a bit of low and slow, and it's good to test the Porter out. I mean, the features are pretty cool. I like the little tablet, that, you know, how that pops up and you can do little things with it. It's pretty neat. That's for air. So oil cooling. This little button down here does something. I can't believe there's no strobe though. I don't get. There's no strobe lighting. Oh well. So what we can do, if we wanted, is set this up to be, say, 2,500. Probably put on. You have to turn it on to actually get it to to do it. I'm not going to anyway because I like flying, but it's cool just to have a little feature. And one of the reasons why I bought this and got this plane is because I think it'd be cool to do in the Sky Park. And these little like blinds on top of your head, it's so rustic, it's so cool. I think they just look really neat. I love even in VR, you know, like up here, the green strip where it's been worn away, where someone's head's been, and you know, you got these straps as well. It's just, I don't know, little features. I'd love to know what that was, what that is down there. Oh god, what that is down there. I still keep hitting the microphone. So how's everyone been? Are you all back at? Oh, it's a dock. It's got some massive cargo containers. That's what that is. Yeah, how you been? Are you all back at work now? Are you chilling? How is work? Are you back in offices, or are you at home? You know, let us know what it's like. I mean, I'm back in the office, and most of the week I'm in the office. 2 days a week I'm at home, and it's a really good mix. We've recruited a couple of new starters as well, which is nice, and the team is growing, and we've got such a brilliant dynamic at the moment. So that's a good bonus. It's a good bonus. So when I first loaded this, I thought I'll use real world weather because I like doing that, and it was absolutely chucking it down, and I thought I'm not going to be able to see any of the views and stuff, so I thought I kind of want to see some of the views. So the map, I seriously don't have a clue. One of these is zoomed in and out, I'm sure it is. Range, that's it. So that's in. No, in fact, I think I might go back the other way. I mean, it's pretty cool seeing this stuff, but I'm going to go the other way, I think. Some really heavy turns. I mean, obviously you probably wouldn't do this with a massive load of cargo on the back, but that's the autopilot buzzing at me. Yeah. So I think I'm just going to head back towards just head towards that way for a bit. I don't want to go over the ocean. I just wanted to check out some of these little islands and stuff, see what it looked like. I'm not too sure what I'm doing with the prop control. I don't know whether on a turbo prop you just leave it fully forward, or whether you do actually like lean it out a bit. Yeah, so I've leaned it out a slight amount. I'll just keep it about 1800. Manifold pressure slightly low as well, but let's have a look, see what happens when I open the door. Oh, so you can't open the door. because obviously the air is the air is pushing the door closed. But my work never really changed, just the way we operate. Yeah, it sounds. I bet it's better though with the fans in the stadium. A bit more of an atmosphere. So I know for a fact that I can't land this because I've tried once, and I mean I could just about bloody take off, and that was a nightmare, just wasn't it? So yeah, there must be a knack. There must be a knack to this, and I'll have to practice a bit more. But so far so good. Let's try something a little bit different, because now that we're up in the air and we're a little bit stable, look at that. And you've got the exhaust wavy bits as well, which is pretty cool. I like the details. I mean, look at that look at the gears, where like you're going to step up to get into the cab, you know. Excuse the shimmying. I don't know if it is shimmying. Oh wow, look at that. That is some cool beacon. Whoa, minute. So that protects the light. Look, that is so cool. That is cool. I like that. I know it's really sad, but I do. The other thing I want to look at. Oh, so they must be the landing lights. Right. Let's look at something. Landing light position. See it from out here. Yeah, there we go. It's pretty cool. We can turn auxiliary pump off actually now that we're airborne. What else was there? Oh yeah. The nav lights are not that interesting. This seems like a cool plan, but for me this sim needs a good airliner. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm always into GAs and stuff, but I like. I agree with you. It needs a study level airliner, doesn't it? You know. I know where he's in. So yeah, so I like the tail wheel as well. It's pretty cool. It's just cool how like the model. Right, I'm going to switch back into onboard mode. Right. I want my mouse to go away. I don't know why my mouse isn't going away, but so it's just kind of like heading down here. I thought there'd be like a little bit more to it, but it's quite flat. I thought I'd see some really nice like islandy bits, but at the minute it's not that interesting. It's just trees and more trees, a couple of roads, which is quite cool. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to doing a few more flights in this. It's actually really slow, and I thought it'd be like the look of it with its pointy nose, you know, just the look of it, and being a turboprop, I thought to myself, oh, it's going to be fast, isn't it? It's going to be fast, but it really isn't, unless I'm doing something completely wrong. But it just isn't. It's like 110, 115 knots, you know, and that's at a push. So. But it's cool because I quite like the slow planes anyway. Let's head over to the coast, and we'll head that way. We have gone down. We've gone down to like 1,700 feet. I don't mind 2,000 feet-ish. You know, we'll just trim up a little bit. Like the speed tape turns yellow if you go faster, so I think this might be its best performance. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you could push it, but as you say, it's not what you would normally want to be doing, I don't think, for long periods at least. What did you think of Flight Sim Expo? Anything catch your fancy? Funny enough, what I was looking out for, now I've not got a console, I'm not really interested in consoles, so I've got my PC and my yoke and everything, but I know people who have got a console, and they saw my sim and then they were like, oh, I'm going to get it for the console, and I says, the immersion might not be as good because obviously I've got the yoke and the throttle quadrant and all that kind of stuff, but I says, you know, definitely give it a whirl. So they did give it a whirl, and they liked it. But they asked me, does my yoke work on a console? And I was like, probably not, right? So I haven't tried it, but it probably doesn't work. And I was quite interested to see. I knew Thrustmaster was working on some, you know, a flight stick for consoles and a throttle quadrant, so I was quite interested to see that. Don't get me wrong, it looks a bit cheap and nasty, but that's the audience that they're going to have to try and win over, aren't they? With some of the consoles users. What else was there? I'm trying to think now what I saw. What else was there? That was a big thing for me. I quite like the look of that. X-Plane 12 as well. So to me, I looked at some screenshots, not all of them, but I saw some screenshots and I thought that looks exactly the same as X-Plane 11. But you never know. They might be doing some good improvements in terms of VR and things like that. So I mean, to put it into perspective, VR in X-Plane, you use your VR controllers, and you basically do like a laser pointer. So say if you've got like a dial like this, say if you've got one of these dials down here, right? What you'd actually do is you click and hold your controller and you twist your hand like that to turn the dial. So that's pretty cool, and that's in X-Plane 11 right now. It's a pretty cool feature. It can get a bit fiddly every now and again because you've got to remember where you put your controllers and stuff, but what else? Yeah, I mean, it was quite I haven't really kept up on it. I saw a few things through Twitter and stuff. Oh, that little cove looks cool. I bet that's a little beach, isn't it? Looks pretty neat. Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, I think X-Plane does look ugly. X-Plane does look a bit ugly, but the what I'm just going to use X-Plane for potentially is the airliner, because I'm a bit of a Boeing fan, and for X-Plane they've got the 737, which is probably my favourite airliner if I'm going to fly an airliner, and they don't have a 737 for FS 2020, so I quite like it for that. And scenery and the shininess doesn't really matter when you're in an airliner, because, well, it's all about the systems and stuff, you know. In my opinion, it's nice to have, but so yeah, so this is good fun. Got some beach houses. But yeah, so okay, the 777, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Yeah, I mean, PMDG do the 777 for P3D, don't they? And Flight Factor, they did the A320, was it, for X-Plane? So that's, and apparently, that was apparently really good. I mean, I never got that. So yeah, to do a 777, not bad. Nice big plane. Nice big plane. Right, so we're kind of heading over this way, and I think we'll keep going down a little bit further, and then we'll do a U backtrack, and we'll probably head to that airport there, wherever that is, because that looks like a cool place, and we'll see if we can like do a flyover. And then what we might do is head back to where we just took off from, and maybe do some, try and land this thing, and then maybe do some touch and goes, or generally just try and fly it, because it's great in the air, but on the ground I just don't feel it. It's just, everything's just far too sensitive. Rudder pedals far too sensitive, you know. It's the same old story with a lot of the new add-ons for FS. Oh wow, they were busy. I never knew they did 767 and 757. As I say, I'm not up to date with me airliners, because I don't really fly them that often. Well, I barely fly them, to be honest. That's one thing I've not done since I've fixed my VR in FS 2020. I've not actually loaded in to the Airbus. No, I can't fly that the Toffee, but it would be pretty cool to sit in the Airbus and have a look at it. But I mean, I've done the 737 in X-Plane, and that does look amazing. It's like up on the top you've got your overhead panel, and it is so cool. It's so cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, Ian. I mean, I've cleaned out my PC, and I've kind of not installed it. I've not installed P3D, and there's two reasons for that. One, yeah, I will miss my A2A planes, but flying from FS to P3D, the scenery, it's bad enough going from FS to X-Plane, but it's less shiny, but the systems are good. The only other thing as well is it doesn't perform that well in VR either, so I'd have to hook up all my head tracking again, and once you've flown in VR, and you've got it all set up nice, there's just something about the immersion. You just can't, you go back to pancake mode, and it just makes you feel like you want to, I don't know, I can't even describe it. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea for streams and stuff, because it can be a bit joltery every now and again, but as part of immersion. Right, so we've kind of come this way. We've come to the end of the road now, so I'm going to start heading round. We'll head back to that airfield. But yeah, and it doesn't perform that well in VR with B3D. If it did, then I'd love to be able to have just gone like... I would love to go into the Comanche in VR and have a smooth flight, but it was just stuttering constantly, and it was very extremely bad, you know. And I think you're right. I think most people are kind of trying to move. Most developers are trying to move towards FS. They're kind of sticking with X-Plane a little bit, but yeah, little development on the old P3D front. Trees and more trees. Now if I can start landing this nicely and properly, like, which will take me bloody forever because I seriously cannot. I've done one flight in this before this stream, and I tried to land it, and I was literally all over the runway because I just don't get it. But if I can start mastering it and mastering the landings, we might be able to do some short hops and go like places, like do some bush trips and stuff in it, you know. But I did wanna fly around the Bahamas and just check out some of the islands, but if they're all like this, it's a bit pants. Maybe I should do the Caribbean. That might be cool, mightn't it? A bit of Caribbean action, or do some mountain flying, Innsbruck style maybe. Could do a bit of that in the Porter. That'd be quite cool. It's quite funny because when you're in VR, you kind of want to lift your arm up like this to check the time, and you can't because your arm doesn't exist. I've got no legs. Joers. Yo, Joers. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. Right, we're just going to go over this bit of water here. So what I am going to do is to stop this shouting at me. I'm just going to crank this up to, like, say, 5,500 feet, just so it doesn't start buzzing at me when I'm landing and taking off and all that. So on the other side of the water, there's, I don't know where the runway is, but we might have to do a bit of a flyover maybe, but I'm kind of wondering whether that over there is the runway. I mean, it possibly could well be, you know. Actually, it looks like it, doesn't it? That looks like a runway to me. The VR's cool. I love the VR. It's probably not, as Ian's pointed out, it's probably not the best for the viewers, but from an immersion factor for me, it's wicked. And I still get to talk to you guys, which is cool. So yeah, if I double tap this, oh Jesus, I'm hitting the microphone again. Right, let's do that. Let's get the speed down. What we didn't do was turn on the auxiliary pumps, because I think we do have to do that. Okay. Oh, we're ploughing to the ends of the earth here. Right. Give it a bit of flaps. Now we want to go like pretty much 65, 70. Just going to lift up the nose a touch. This is where it all goes smooth until we touch down, and then all of a sudden the sensitivity is just absolutely ruined.
Stop.
We're not stalling. Oh wow. Right, flaps up. We managed to land it, right? Slowing down, and we didn't die, so let's just stop there for a minute. Now that was smooth as butter, man, and I'm loving it. Yeah, the VR is good. I've got to say, the VR, when you get it set up properly, it is brilliant. And I like the FS sim as a sim, but I'm just waiting, as Ian is, you know, we're just waiting for that A2A plane to drop, and I'm not expecting it to be anything kind of like really in depth like they are in P3D, but you know, I think it is going to be good. So yeah, we'll see. We'll all have to see and take it from there. Now I don't know how many notches of flaps I need before. I'm just going to do 2. Right, let's take off again. I thought that was going to be worse than what it is, and the taking off's a bit of a pain in the arse. Oh, see, that's what happens, right? It's almost like the tail wheel is locked, right? And then as soon as it lifts off the ground, it's almost like it wants to just kill you. So you got to be a bit sensitive on that. That was a lot smoother than it was before. Nice. They have been quiet, and the thing is, a lot of you guys know, you know, I get on with Lewis and some of the folks at A2A and that, and they have been quiet, but they are working on things. You know, they are working on stuff, and it's just gonna be patience. That I am with them all along. Is I think to myself, if people are used to the really in-depth add-ons that they provide, right? And if they come out and released a mediocre add-on like a bit like a Carnado kind of add-on, then people would just be moaning and they'd just get slated. You know, they would literally get slated. So they're kind of getting bashed a little bit for being quiet, but then I think when they actually land something and when they actually drop something, I've just got a funny feeling that they're just going to be, it's going to be amazing. But all along they've been limited by what they can do. I mean, even the add-on planes that I've got for FS 2020, You know, they're all still very much default. You know, a lot of this stuff is all default stuff. You know, all the buttons all default. It doesn't do anything special, you know. And unfortunately, that's what people expect with A2A. So they expect special. But I'm in no doubt that eventually they will release something. They will put something down, and it will be brilliant. Right, so what I might do is I'm going to take it just down here to the airport where we took off from, and then what I want to do is I might just take a little flight in Innsbruck, that kind of way. I just love the details of this plane. It's just, the texturing is just amazing. I love the texturing. It's just so cool. I think we just got to be patient, and you know, Azobo and Microsoft are still working on the SDK, and every release they're doing, you know, you can see like the release notes for the SDK are, we're doing this, we're doing that, and bit by bit you're building up to you know, more options, and until that happens, everybody's in the dark. And I think they were always going to do that because they put a lot of effort into their own models. They put a lot of effort in their own weather systems and their own textures and all that, you know. And don't get me wrong, it was not perfect, but they're not going to go, oh, we're going to release the sim, and then 2 months later it's like, oh, feel free to overwrite everything that we've done. You know. But the flight sim community, you know, the people that have been around for a while, you know, it's what they expect. It's an expectation, isn't it? I'm hoping, fingers crossed this year, that we have Cosford. You know, I hope we have Cosford, because I love going to Cosford and just spending a bit of time and meeting people that, you know, like that I've met online, and you know, had a chat with, and you know, that kind of stuff. And I'm just going to go and have a little venture down here, because I'm wondering what this is down here. Is it like a little runway? Because it looks like a runway. It's not marked on the map, but I could imagine myself and Lewis and Rob being in one of these, doing a bit of multiplayer, you know. Oh, my microphone, I'm headbutting it again, but yeah, it's so cool. It's like this, look. You see that, the wallpaper there? I call it wallpaper, but it's not wallpaper, the lining. And the lining there. It's just really neat. Move the mouse out. But yeah, I do miss my Comanche. I wish they'd have my Comanche in FS 2020. Everybody wants different planes and stuff from A2A to be brought over, but I'd love a Comanche. I'd love my Comanche in this, or even the 172. I'd even go for the 172, but I'd love to know what these are. I'm kind of thinking some form of farm or something, but I honestly don't know. I'll have to have a little Google after this to see what they are. But that's the thing, I love flying in FS because it's all real scenery, and you can pick anywhere in the world and go, I'm just going to fly there, and you come across these things and you're like, what is that? And then you can Google it and stuff, you know. That's actually a main road that I was going to land on. This side seems to be a bit more populated, doesn't it, than the other side. Right, so not too far away now from the airport. Then what we'll do is I'll load up in a different place. I'm not sure where, but right, so which screen? I'll have to have a look. I'm going to have to have a look how to use these bloody glass cockpits, but then again, by the time I've found it out and wiggled about with it, oh, there's the nav. Anyway, I found the nav 1 and 2, comms 1 and 2. These things do the comms, I'm assuming. Yes, it does. That switches it. That's cool. Oh, we're just about to crash because I'm not paying attention. Yeah, so just gonna head this way. I don't think that's the runway. It does look like the runway, but I thought I was a little bit further out than that. Is that the runway? I'm just gonna slow down because I think that is the runway, and it is the runway. Let's see if we can do it without crashing again now. The weird thing is about this plane is the pointy nose. You kind of want to point the nose at the runway, but that's not where you're at. And you've got to remember that you've got to just face forward and ignore the nose a little bit. You're kind of going to the left of the nose. I would even come to say I love this plane at the minute. Even just after one flight, I'm loving the fact that it's nice, low and slow. I'm loving it a little bit more than the Arrow, which is naughty of me, but it is what it is. Right, let's start slowing this right down because bit of right rudder. God, this one is definitely not the best because when the when the tail wheel is on the ground, it's like it's got too much friction and you can't even turn. You're literally giving it full rudder to turn. And actually, I've just remembered this does have reverse thrust, doesn't it? This has a reverser, but I've never set it up. I might have to set that up. That might be cool. Right, so we'll go up to the next. We'll come up to the next taxiway. And then what we'll do is I'll unlock the tail wheel. For now, let's have a look, see if we can reverse thrust it. Whoa, yeah. What's the warning light coming on when we've reverse thrusted it? Yeah, reverse thrusts. Right, so let's unlock the tail wheel. Right. Shall we dump it on the grass just because? Yeah, we'll put it over here out of the way. Right. Bump. Parking brake on. So get to it. Actually, I've actually got a button for my parking brake, so I can do that. Right. So then we want to basically condition lever can be down there like that. Turn the bus 2 off. We want to turn nav lights off. I think we should have had that on, but anyway. Okay, generator. Let's cut this off now. Oh, we've gone dark. Let's continue that. Then generator off. Shut that warning up. I like them little things, they're pretty cool. And then beacon off. Fuel valve. There we go. That was really fun. I enjoyed that. I know the scenery weren't hilly at all. It was very flat. Let's do some more then. I've just got to look, just a quick look at the time. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Yes. Right, let's just tap on that. Let's change a place. Let's go to. Let's continue that. Ugh. That jumped out of there pretty fast. Where should we fly? I was thinking Innsbruck, but then I don't know. Don't know where I want to go. So you got discovery flights, which I don't want to do. But what you can do is if you go to there, down here, they've got like loads of different they've got like Cape Town. Obviously we can change the time. I don't have to have it, so it's because that's in, where's Cape Town? Africa. South Africa. Let's not go Cape Town. Let's go Queenstown. Right, so Dubai, Cairo, Los Angeles. I don't really want to do San Fran and Los Angeles and stuff because I've kind of been there, done that a couple of times, and I'm just thinking going somewhere more this way. Courchevel, that's a pretty cool place, but did that just say? Yeah, Innsbruck, obviously. Land's End. We do a lot of UK flying, so let's not go to UK today. Where is Nanwalek? Oh, is that like Alaska or something? Probably. Okay, so there's quite a few places where we could go, but let's head over this way. I'm kind of thinking, let's just twiddle this across a bit. That swirl. Right. We've got Australia. We've got New Zealand. Queenstown. But should we do a little New Zealand action? Just for the fun of it. Let's zoom in. We'll start in a parking position because, yeah, let's just have a little go on this. Let's go real live weather, which it already is, so that's good. Jump in. My drink. Give me a minute. A little drink here. So Queenstown's a big airport, isn't it? So I couldn't remember. Oh, it was Milford Sounds I was thinking of, but the interesting thing about this one will be just the tablet comes up, close your eyes because I can't see. Unfortunately, it doesn't save states, right? So as much as I'd love for it to save a state, let's have a couple of boxes in the back. That'll do, right? That'll do. Right. It'd be good if it did save states, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at. I just want to have a look at the controls. I want to see if we can have a toggle for. So. Funny enough. Instruments and systems, power management. Could be power management. Throttle, could be throttle. Toggle, throttle, reverse thrust. Right. So then, let me just move this slightly, and then I'm hoping that is that's the one. Because that'd be cool if I can get it so it actually toggles the. So they're going to be there. Can I pull that to me though? So I can. It's not that then. It's not that. I don't know. Oh, I don't know what it would be. What would it be? That we need to get rid of then. Clear that. Throttle cut. Okay, so that's all throttle. Hold throttle, reverse thrust. I don't know if it could be that. Let's go validate. Can't get reverse thrust. I'll do this off stream and we'll get whoa mountains and like some really crazy looking clouds that are all around us. Right, so let's see if we can kick this off again. So you basically turn your battery on. You can turn your beacon on. Turn a bus on. Let that start up. Pop that there. Clear these warnings. Then when that goes up, click this ignition. I'm kind of getting used to that, which is good. Okay. And then generator. Everything's getting stable now, so that's good. I'm not sure I can turn these off straight away. I think I can actually once the engines are running, we can turn that off. Right. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm just gonna turn on the bus 2. Wow. We've got some multiplayer action there. So I think I might taxi it down to that runway that guy's just taken off from. The moon's out. Where we're coming to a runway. Let's up to a runway, but we don't want to taxi. Do you want to take off on that in that general direction? We need to move this a little bit lower as well, so we can. Okay, so we could test the really short runway, but we could just take off on runway 23. Yeah, let's do that. Oops. So before we power off, it's just to lock the tail wheel. Tail wheel lock. Right, here we go. It's when the tail wheel comes up. Whoa, whoa, hello. It just becomes almost zero sensitivity to full, you know. kind of bouncing down the runway there, but whoa, this is nuts. What do you think about X-Plane 12? Would you get it? As for me, yeah, I mean, I'm waiting. I'll be waiting. I'm not going to rush into anything because I've invested in FS 2020, and I've already got X-Plane 11 for like things like the 737 and Zebo and all that. So for me, I'm not rushing into it. Let's head this way. Oh, I'm glad I've come to Queenstown, and this is real world weather as well, so that's good. I like it when there's the real weather. Up houses. I don't think I've done real time. As a matter of fact, I know I didn't do real time. Let's see what it is in real time, if we can. Oh no, it is real time. Oh, yeah, it is real time. Oh, someone's just took off over there. And they're falling out the sky. Oh, I forgot my flaps are still down, partially. It's a good job it's a slow plane. Now there is a little button down here, trapdoor release, right, and I don't know what the trapdoor is. I don't know what the trapdoor is. I'm kind of thinking I want to pull it. So just before I'll do anything more on here, like when I'm just about to leave, I'm going to pull that switch and we're going to see what happens. Probably nothing, but it's a pullable switch, and I mean, look at the mist over there, right? That's so cool. I thought I'd come around this way, but I bet any money that I shouldn't really be. I'm just going to pull down the propeller a little bit. Throttle that down a little bit. There we go. Don't forget, guys, if you fancy it, if you want to come and fly, just let me know. Let me know where you're going to load in, or and we can fly together. I mean, the only issue I have is I'm very much just winging it. And so without a plan, oh, I'm tired. Excuse me. Without a plan, it will be like, are we going to go left? Some snowy mountains over there. $30,000 feet. But the one thing I do need to do, what I do need to do is when I'm in the drone cam, I need to slow this down because it goes so fast. I like how you can see the boxes, you know, like. The texturing on the plane is really cool. Out the way. God, without moving my mouse anywhere. So where did we take off from? Was it over there? Honestly, don't have a clue where we just took off from, but that looks like a golf course just there. Looks really cool. I don't even know what the I couldn't even tell you what the code is for Queenstown. I mean, look at this, like mist and fog. It's like some crazy mist coming in. Now, I bet this has ILS capabilities, you know. There is the see if I can fish it out on here. Nearest NZQT, that might be it. Yep. So NZQT. That's not handy at all. Direct to activate. Oops. If it comes up. Oh, it does. It just didn't load. So it does now. Let's have a little wander this way then. I just want to drop into it a little bit. Be careful of the mountain side, because on my Garmin there, it's telling me that there's a bit of a sticky outy bit. Whoa, killing it. Just lift up a little bit. Let's keep it at 2.5. So scenery is just amazing. So, before we go anywhere, let's just increase the throttle a little bit. I want to pull this. I want to see what this does. Trapdoor. Something's happening. Hold on a minute. Whoa. Oh, it makes you feel rough when you do it in this camera angle, but I opened the trapdoor, but nothing's come out. Well, this I don't think it did. Right, let me just shut that trapdoor very noisily. Right, so let's head back that way. Going to be interesting trying to land in Queenstown if we can't even see Queenstown, you know, so right, so I'm just going to land this in, hopefully. I can see, I think that's the airport over there. Runways, I can't make out any runways at the moment. Unless I'm completely not. Maybe that isn't. No, that probably isn't the airport. The airport's massive though, isn't it? So see, it'll be underneath all this, won't it? So if I go left, apparently it's over here. Just completely being completely thick here. No airport down here. Oh, I can see a plane. Plane is coming out, luckily, and I can kind of see that in that general direction. The interesting thing is though, on my map it's saying that it's on my left wing and obviously it's not, so that's a bit strange. Really want to be able to do the whole reverse thrust thing. That'd be really cool. I'm going to figure that out, but yeah. So when I've landed, I think I'm going to land and then call it a night on the old flight sim. But I might try and get reverse thrusters to work. Yeah, so I think there's a runway just straight ahead of me. So what we're going to do is we're going to go round and back on ourselves. I mean, I just love the water and stuff, it's so cool. Nice. Got the dive bomb that one, which is good. It's a shame we don't have the reverse thrusters, so I can just click it and when we hit the ground just reverse thrust it. For some reason it won't toggle. I might try a button instead, a different button. Likes to float, you know, a bit floaty. And this is where I would put the reverse thrusters on, but I can't seem to do that. So you have to like tap the brakes. There we go. Right, so this is where we need to unlock the tail wheel. We'll go to the next one, because we're going to head over that way, over to there. And I want to find out about if this has got any strobe lighting as well, because I honestly can't see the strobe lighting. Oh. So let's head over this way. We'll go almost where we started off before. There's a plane just coming out of a building over there. I don't get that. Look at this. It's like, I don't know what that's all about. Right, so I think this will do nicely just here. That'll be perfect. So what we need to do now is parking brake, which stops us going into the bloody fuel tanker over there. Turn the bus off. Condition lever down. And then do see, we don't have to shut it all down, but I like doing them kind of things. So auxiliary fuel pump generator off. And that off. Cool. Well, that was fun. That was fun. And just for completeness, we'll also use the tablet and we'll put on all the covers. Double clicked it for some reason. Oh, that's funny, that is. I can't do that. I don't know what. I don't know how you do that. I've got to read the manual, I think. Chocks. So you got skis as well. But yeah, so there we go. And let's just get that back down there. Right, let's have a look. Oh, hey, we're down there. Did forget to put my flaps up, but there you go. So yeah, that's the Milviz PC6. I'm absolutely in love with it. Love it, absolutely love it. And what a shot! What a scenery as well. The view in this airport, brilliant. Anyway, everyone, I'm now going to lift off my headset. Oh, without hitting the microphone, hopefully. Again. And I'm going to try and fix the reverse thrust, but I'll do that off stream, I think. But yeah, so thanks for that all, and cheers all. Very hot, but thanks for stopping by, everyone. And if you're catching up on YouTube, you know, cheers for that. And don't forget to drop a follow, drop a like, and leave a comment. Leave a comment if you want. But anyway, cheers all, and I'll see you next time.